Hi, Rachel Mead here, President and founder of Enhanced Prep. Thanks for joining me today while we take a look at this GRE verbal question that comes from the reading comprehension section, in particular looking at arguments. The first thing we always want to do with our GRE verbal questions is make sure that we are understanding the task of the question. Here I have to undermine an argument. So that means I'm providing proof of something that is going to show the argument isn't as valid as it appears. So I'm not going to go through and I'm going to read this whole passage. You can go ahead and do that on your own. But for this question type, it is very important that the whole entire text get read and that you're working hard on grabbing the clues that we see coming into play. So this is saying that we've got fresh organic produce available at all local supermarkets, blah, blah, blah. But the consumption is continuing to decrease. So we're making more of it available, but people aren't eating it. All right, so then what happens next? We can see that we've got this partnership coming through for canned and frozen organic produce, and they're claiming that they're doing this because it's more convenient and affordable for consumers than the fresh. So we've got a direct comparison going on there. Now, here's where our argument is coming into play. Even if the official's claim is true, given that the availability of fresh organic produce did not increase consumption, we already know it didn't in the area, it is not likely, very big claim right here, not likely that the addition of these canned and frozen items will increase organic produce consumption. So let's analyze what they're saying. They're saying, okay, the canned and frozen is going to get consumed more because the reasoning that they have coming into play is that it's more convenient and affordable. So I want to take a look at any answer choices that I have that relate to the organic produce and its association with being convenient and being affordable. So let's analyze A. People who regularly consume fresh organic produce are more likely than others to consume canned or fresh. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with necessarily the convenience or the affordability. It is logical, but it is not in relationship to our argument. So while this is a true statement, or the logic behind it does progress, it doesn't relate to our argument. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to eliminate this answer choice. Not all organic produce is available in canned or frozen forms. Again, it's dealing with the right topic of the organic produce, but there's no discussion about the convenience or the affordability. So I'm going to eliminate that one. I want to again state that both of those answer choices can be very attractive to students because they seem to tie in very nicely. Remember though, we have to pay attention to that argument, convenient and affordable. All right, answer choice C. There's likely to be a wide variety in quality and price. There is likely to be a wide variety in quality and price of canned and frozen organic produce. I like some of this wide variety of price that can relate to the affordable for us, but this wide variety is kind of vague in terms of what it's saying. Does that mean that it's going to have cheaper options, that it's going to have more expensive options? We've got some opinion-based language that we know in terms of common standardized tests tends to be a trap. So I'm not going to eliminate this one yet because I do see some direct connection, but I'm not a fan of this direct connection. Let's take a look at D, consumption of fresh non-organic produce. Okay, they're trying to trap us right here because they're bringing in this non-organic produce. Our passage has absolutely nothing to do with non-organic produce. As soon as I see that thing that is completely out of scope, I'm going to eliminate this answer. I'm not going to waste any more time reading through it, and I'm not going to get distracted with the traps in it. That leaves me with E. Local supermarkets offered special discounts on fresh organic produce once the initiative was in place. Okay, so could this relate to the affordability as well? Absolutely, because they're saying, hey, we don't think the fresh sold because it either wasn't convenient or it wasn't affordable. Well, if I'm coming through and saying that there was a special discount, again, meaning lowering the cost on that produce that was put in place, then I can no longer say that the produce did not sell because it wasn't affordable, because we see a direct contrast happening here. So, because this is more specific in terms of its language, the best fit answer here is E. So pay attention to what your argument is. Be careful of those trap answers that have vague or opinion-based language, and make sure that you're, in this case, going against why they're making this claim. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you soon.